Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Shop and Read. Today I'll be doing my April TBR. If you're new to this channel, please don't hesitate to subscribe down below as well as the notification bell. And if you're new, hi, hello, I'm Stephanie. I do a lot of bookish content, and honestly I am shooketh that it is already April. Well, technically it's like late March right now, and I'm pre-filming this because I'm actually going on a work trip for like a week or so at the end of March, so / beginning of April, so I need to get some videos pre-filmed. But I am just shooketh by how much I read already for March. So I actually did a readathon, a reading vlog last weekend, and that video should be up by the time this video is up. That video I read 11 books, so I know I read at least like 15, I want to say, to 20 books already. And like I said already, it's still mid to late March, so doing a pretty good job. So anyways, let's just get on with the April books that I plan to read, starting off my book club pick. So because of this whole like delay last month, we had to actually pivot our regular book, so we moved our March selected book to April, which means I'll be reading Everyone in My Family Has Killed Someone by Benjamin Stevenson. I'm really excited for this book because honestly I feel like everyone has been raving about it on social media, so I'm excited to see where this goes. All I know is that this is like a cozy mystery type of book, and that's really all I know. This was not originally my selection, but now that everyone has hyped it up, I'm very curious about it. In addition, they also sent over selections for our regular April books, and from that one we're also going to read Daughter of Izidar. I'll have an image right here. I have no idea when or if the books will be sent over. I'm hoping they send it over soon. They say they will ship it this week, but they said that last time too, and it got delayed being shipped out like 2-3 weeks later, which means we didn't get it until like a month after they said that they were going to send it. So hopefully this doesn't happen and we don't have to like, you know, pivot that again and then just move it on to May, which is not the end of the world, but kind of don't want to do that, hopefully. But anyways, moving on to our regular TBR over here, where I'll go through 5 prompts and then, you know, we'll see which books I pick. I'm really excited. In addition, also, before I forget, I will be doing the magical readathon as well as the realm of the readathon, or realmathon. I'm really excited for both of them. I do have my TBR for magical readathon that I will talk about after I go through my original or my regular TBR. So anyways, moving on to my first pick, or my first prompt. So it says continue a series, which is pretty good because I do have a lot that I need to complete. This would definitely help out with my reading. But let me go find a book and I'll be right back. So I'm back with my pick, which is to continue a series, and I'm gonna go with The Dragon's Promise by Elizabeth Lim. This is on multiple of my TBRs. I want to say this is on my 5-star predictions. This is on my 23 books I want to read in 2023. I'll link both videos above and down below in case you want to check those out. So this is definitely high on my list, and obviously this is the second book for the 6 Crimson Crane series, and I'm really fucking excited for this. Also, I have the Fairy Lou edition, which is absolutely stunning, and it is signed. Check that out, as well as the inside. Look at this, guys. It is just so fucking beautiful, and yeah, definitely cannot wait to read this. This is the sequel, and I believe it just follows right after the first book ends. We'll see. But the first book basically follows a girl. She's the princess, and somehow she's now cursed where she can no longer speak, and if she speaks, her brothers, her 6 brothers, were also cursed, and they turn into these cranes, and if she speaks, one of them will die. So that's kind of the premise of it. Now she's kind of go off this adventure to find out how to release herself as well as her brothers out of this curse from this evil witch. And I love the first book. There's also a dragon involved, and I feel like this book will focus a lot more on the dragon portion, which I'm very excited for, because honestly he was a character that I really adored, but I feel like he kind of diverged from the main plot around halfway through, and so he kind of disappeared. So I'm very excited to see how he reappears in this one and what kind of role he plays. Okay, so now moving on to my second prompt over here. Let's see what it says. Okay, backlist release. This is great actually because I have so many fucking backlisted books that I'm just trying to get through. I feel like these months I'm trying to like stagger between like new releases / back releases, like backlist ones, because I just have so many, and I can't just prioritize one or the other. Like I need to somehow manage both and balance both, and it has been really fucking hard. But let me go look through my shelves, find one that I'm really interested in, and I'll be right back. Moving on to my backlist book, I'm gonna go with this one, which is very fucking popular back in the day, and that is There Will Come a Darkness by Katie Rose Poole. I know this is the first book in the series, and I want to say it's been like it's all out now since it came out in 2019, which honestly I feel like it was just a year ago. Like that means it was like 4 years ago when I got this book. So I got this from one of those like conventions, and it's also an ARC. So I got this before it actually became released. That's wild. It's been like 4 fucking years. Damn. Anyways, this is the book that I'll be reading. I don't remember what this book is about. It says, the age of darkness approaches, 5 lives stand in its way. Who will stop it or unleash it? And it says about 7 prophets where they guide humanity. And then 100 years ago, the prophets disappeared. So things kind of happen. It says, as chaos take hold, 5 souls are set on a collision course. One of them or all of them could break the world. Will they be savior or destroyer? I'm really excited for this book, guys. All right, moving on to my third prompt over here. Okay, bookshelf generator, a shelf and specific number. Let me grab my phone, and how this works, I'll pick 2 numbers. One, I believe is 1 through 36 or something like that, which is the number of shelves I have. And then I'll pick 1 through however many books I think is on that shelf, and then I'll be right back. So I got my phone here, and I'm gonna go on to random generator, and then I will pick a number between 1 to 34, because that's how many shelves I have, and then see what number I will be getting. So generate, and it is number 22, which means it is 6, 12, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So it's gonna be on that shelf right over there, which is all fantasy. I want to say there's maybe at most like 20 books on there, so I will do another number from 1 to 20, and it is book number 14. Damn, I'm kind of not happy about this one because this is The Bone Season by Samantha Shannon. It's not that I'm not excited for this book, it is that it's a chunker, and I feel like I already have some pretty chunky books right now that is very fantasy heavy. So I don't know. I also want to say this series is not finished either, so I'll be starting off a series that is not finished. I don't know, I feel like this is maybe April, just not the month for me. I don't know, we'll fucking see. But this is the book. It says, for the past 200 years, the Scion government has led an oppressive campaign against unnaturalness in London. I want to say unnaturalness are people that have like magical powers. That's just like me on a whim right now. I don't really know, but we'll see. I've heard like amazing things with the series. It is very beloved, so we'll see how this goes. Now moving on to prompt number 4. Let's see what it is. All right, POC representation. Again, really great choice. I am always trying to diversify my reading, so I'll find something that I really want to pick up, and I'll be right back. All right, for POC representation, I have decided to go with Queen of the Conquered by Kieran Callender. This is written by a Black author. I don't remember what this book is about, but I did get this a couple years ago, back in 2019. And it says this is Caribbean-inspired fantasy world. It's a novel of colonialism and conquest that reckons with the many layers of power and privilege. Perfect for readers of S.A. Chakabori, which I adore, Ken Liu, which I have not read, and Tasha Suri, which I also have not read. But those are authors I definitely recognize, and those are both authors I have books for. So really excited about this one nonetheless. And then finally, my last and final prompt number 5. Let's see. All right, written by Asian author. Again, this would be a great month because I am reading lots of diverse books apparently, so really excited about that. But yeah, let me look through my shelves. I do have a couple books already that I want to pick up, so let me go through my shelves and I shall be right back. All right, so I'm back now with the final book for this prompt, and that is to read a book by an Asian author. I'm going to go with Faker by Sarah Smith. The author, I believe, is Filipino American, so she is half Filipino and half white. Obviously Filipino, she's Asian, so this definitely counts. And the main character is also a Filipino. I want to say I don't know if she's like full Filipino or if she's also mixed, but all I know is that this is a rom-com and about this woman who is in a manager position in a very male dominated industry, something to do with construction, and this guy goes head to head on multiple things and they fall in love. So I'm really curious about this book. I've heard really cute things, so we'll see how this goes. So anyways, these are the 6, technically 7 books that I'll be reading for my regular prompt as well as my book club. Now we're moving on to the magical readathon TBR. All right, so as always, I am going to try to get my Beastmaster and become the master of a Beastmaster career. And the first prompt over here, or the first study I have to do, is lore, and that is to read a book with a map. So for this one, I am going to go with Caravel by Stephanie Garber. This one has a stunning map right in the beginning. Look how beautiful this is. I will also be doing a dedicated reading vlog, not just for this series, which I will be doing, but also for Magical Readathon. So I think last year I did a reading vlog where I only filmed the books I will be reading for this, for the Magical Readathon. So I think I'm going to do something like that again this year. So this book will be in 2 different videos, which is a little confusing, but I really want to read this. So more of a reason for me to read this either way. Oh, and that book basically about this woman, this girl, where this is like this magical Caravel that comes in once a year or something like that, and there's always some sort of theme. And this year, for some reason, her sister was kidnapped, and now her sister is like the main focus of this theme for this year, and now she's like on the hunt to find her sister and something to do with magic, things like that. All right, for restoration, that's my next study. That one is to close my eyes, shuffle, and pick a book. I am going to do that later in the video, I think, when I have a more of an idea of which books I want to read. But it's going to be based off my March TBR, my original TBR, and just go from there, because I don't want to add on to the TBR right now. Like, I already have enough books I want to read, so I'm doing 2 readathons, guys. Then this next study I'm doing is alchemy, and that is to have a name in the title where it's like a metal in the title. And I'm going to go with The Iron Raven by Julie Kagawa. This obviously has iron in it, which is a type of metal, so it definitely fulfills this. And this is also the first in the series. I want to say it's a continuation of the Iron Fae like series that she did like many years ago, and I read that back in like high school, so we'll see. But yeah, I feel like in a way I kind of need to reread that old series because I don't remember what happened, and this follows the guy Puck, and I want to say like it also follows characters from the original series, so it might be wise for me to pick up the original series just to have like a refresher. We'll see. I haven't really decided that yet, but this will be the book I'll be reading for this. Then the next study I have is animal studies, and that one is to flip a coin, head or tails. I already flipped the coin and it went to tails, unfortunately, which I was very sad about, so I had to read a nonfiction. But for this one, I'm gonna go with a book that I have seen everywhere, which I did not realize was actually a nonfiction. I thought it was a fictional book, and this also looks like it was from the Babysitter's Club era just because of how this book looks. And that book is called I'm Glad My Mom Died by Jeanette McCurdy. I have no idea what this book is about. I just know there's a memoir and a nonfiction, so this fulfills it, and I've heard so many people talk about this book, so I'm really curious to see like how this book is. And this last and final prompt for a Beastmaster is Elemental Studies, and this one is to read a book with flowers on the cover. So I'm going to go with The Dragon's Princess, which has these stunning sakura flowers here. So that definitely fulfills that prompt, so really fucking excited for this book. And that is it in terms of my magical readathon TBR. Now moving on to the realm of the readathon. Honestly, there is no TBR for this one because the way how this readathon works is that as you read each book throughout the month, you just fill out this sheet where you can either attack or defend your like kingdom or something like that. So there's no like TBR that needs to be discussed prior. You kind of just see how it fulfills it. And the prompts, there's so many fucking prompts. Like I think when the prompt is like TBR vet, which basically just means it has to be your TBR for a while. So a lot of these books that I already have fits that, like Caravel, Faker, Queen the Conqueror, Bone Season, like these are all books that fulfills that prompt. So as I read the books from other readathons and my original TBR, I'm gonna go fill out those sheets and then just mark off how many points I get for each attack or defend. and I'm really excited about it. I will link both of the readathon information down below in case you want to join us. But I'm really excited. I've never done the readathon, the realm of the readathon one before, so I'm really excited to see how that goes. Honestly, it seemed very complicated, but I feel like in retrospect it doesn't seem like it actually is. But when you're first digesting the information, it feels fucking complicated. But anyway, that's to say for this video. I have so many fucking books to read, but I'm very excited about all of them. They all sound like so freaking good. And even though I only have one or two that is non-fantasy, let's see how well I survive for this month, guys. I feel like it is punishment that I'm doing so well for March. So April is just being like, you know what? Go back to your regular reading speed, and yeah. We'll see. But anyway, that's it for this video. Let me know down below if you'll be joining me for either the magical readathon or for the realm of the readathon. And if you are, which career are you guys choosing? Which team are you playing for the realm of the readathon? Let me know all down below. But as always, if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Remember to subscribe to my channel. And if you see more content of me, please don't hesitate to subscribe down below, as well as the notification bell. And as always, don't forget to follow me on Twitter and Instagram. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.